I'm delighted to be joined now in our build-up to the Galway Racing Festival 2021 by Ollie Ryan. Ollie from the DRFG Syndicate, of course. Everybody will remember the scenes in 2019 on the Saturday. It began to rain and Busted Tycoon's place in history had been joined by one cool poet. Ollie, it was a great day for yourselves, your syndicate members. But firstly, how did you come upon one cool poet?
Yeah, he's actually a great story. It's very local to us all. One Cool Poet was bred just outside Tullamore by Gertine Stud, Donald Brazel, and his family. They have a stallion there called Urban Poet. And his first two foals, his first ever foal was he bred with One Cool Poet, and the other one was a horse called Golden Poet. And I was involved in both of them, and they were his first two winners. But One Cool Poet was with Arthur Moore in his early days, and he got a bad injury, and he was sidelined for about a year and a half, and we didn't hold out much hope from coming back to the track. But anyway, in intervening time, we sent him to Matthew Smith up in Kilmessan to try something new with him, and we slowly got him back to the track. But we know his confidence wasn't coming back, and eventually, we know his form started to improve. We went to Cartmel with him, and he ran well there. He was third over there, and then we come back here and we ran him in a beginner's chase just before Galway, and he was right,
because I tipped him up as my daily tip, but he was beaten second.
He was beaten second. He had an awful lot of unlucky. He was an unlucky loser every time. Every race he had been beaten. Short heads, lengths, and being unlucky. He came there swinging, travelling well, and just didn't go through with it. So I think it was more a confidence thing. But going into Galway in 2019, we didn't, on the Tuesday, the mile race that he ran in was only a prep race for the Thursday. Because we knew he needed, the more racing he got, the better he would get, So we ran him on the Tuesday. Paul Devery, part owner with us in the horse, he picked the race, and I was questioning, we couldn't win over 2 mile with this horse. How are we going to win over a mile and at a very frantic pace and in Galway in a competitive handicap? And it was actually all 3 races, George, that he ran in, none of them were actually planned out for him. He was actually meant to run on the Monday evening on that hurdle race, the up to 110 hurdle race in the Monday evening. That was his. Yeah, he didn't get into it. That was his original target, and we're actually considering the Latin Quarter chase with him as well. So I can't explain how he ended up over a mile.
And then he turns up and he guns down emphatic.
He gunned down emphatic on the Tuesday evening, and I remember I'll never forget watching the race. Because I seen him coming, and everyone said, "Oh, look, he's cruising." And I remember just thinking, and I think the lads were the same, oh yeah, he's going to come there now, and he just get done on the line. But Billy Lee, whatever kind of a tune he got out of him, and he's a horse you couldn't go to the front with him too soon. And once he hit the front, he generally said, "I have enough done," and he wouldn't follow through with it. So Billy just dropped him on the line. And he chinned him emphatic, but he didn't. I know it was after the race on the rerun that he had an awful lot in hand. He done it very, very easily. So I kind of thought going into Thursday, this lad has a lot. He's a lot going for him. But I remember watching the race on the Tuesday in the Parade, and the scenes were just, everyone was going ecstatic. And I remember I had to look at the screen a couple of times to see, did he actually win? You were just making sure that, yeah, he's across the line, he did win, and he hasn't won. It was just amazing. The Tuesday was just unbelievable, that win.
It was unbelievable. I remember talking to you after the 3 days. Then on to Thursday, when he got up and he beat Fayette. But take us to Saturday, Al.
Saturday morning, I remember ringing Matthew Smith, and he... just to see was the horse okay, because you're always worried, on welfare grounds, is it right to run a horse 3 days in a week and everything. But Matthew actually told me he was the best form he had seen him in prior even to Galway. He had never seen him in such form on the Saturday morning. And when he got to the track, he came down off the lorry, and I couldn't believe the condition of him. He just looked amazing. He just looked, I said, he's either going to do one or two things today. He's either going to absolutely hack in, or he'll be flat. He won't run his race, because he looks so relaxed. He never looked as well. He just looked brilliant. And in the morning, you're kind of thinking, you could make history here today, and you're nervous. Everyone was nervous, and the excitement was slow. And then it started to rain. And actually, that suited us, because he needed a cut in the ground. You know, he didn't want a little bit of juice in the ground. So you're just thinking on the build up to the race. And I remember him coming into the parade ring thinking, Jesus, this guy looks well today. Matthew just said to me, I'm afraid to say it, but it's the best I've ever seen him looking. And like what he did on the Saturday was just unbelievable. Amazing the way he just came through horses, come up on the outside and just blitzed them. And that was his third race in the week.
And to me, it was the most impressive of the three victories. It's sort of wonderful scenes. And I will just ask you one question before we leave it, Ollie. The feeling at the end of that, you all broke into song. You sang live on radio, whether you know it or not. It's just wonderful, I think, for you to be with friends. Yeah.
Well, it's wonderful for John Flanagan and Paul Devery and Shea Gill and the other lads. And, you know, it was great. And, you know, it's funny how things work out. Pat Delaney, great Offaly hurler, he actually, he was there in the day, and he's a great singer. And just in the parade, it wasn't planned or anything like that. It just happened. It just the spirit of the moment and your euphoria and the excitement and the buzz. I don't think in life you would ever replicate it. It's very hard. And it was raining, and I didn't realize how wet we were until the adrenaline started to go away about an hour after, and I thought back, Jesus, it was raining very heavy there. We didn't even notice it because the excitement was so much. There was such a hive of excitement in that area. It was just unbelievable. And, you know, we sang the Offaly Rover, and everybody that was connected with the horse, everybody that was involved with him was there. You know, it was just brilliant. Very, very good.
To me, it was the iconic moment of 2019. Ollie, let's hope there's another iconic moment in 2021. Thank you for joining us, and the best of luck when you arrive west with One Cool Poet.